So I'm currently right near the pop-up, I mean not the pop-up, but the 매장 of the ERD 신세계 open in Seoul 압구정.
여기야? 어디야?
아니라 거기 앞이죠.
앞이야?
근데 아직 시간이 좀 있으니까 좀 여기 근처 걸을래? 저 건물인 것 같긴 해.
이거. 아, 이거.
한번 카메라 비춰.
아, 여기는.
오히려 같이 오는 사람들, 여기 들어오는 사람들한테 막 얘기를 하면 오히려 그런 게 커넥션이 될 수 있는 것 같아요. 여기 이제 초대받아서 오는 사람들. 그게 오히려 제가 물어볼까?
그런 것도 다 저 있는 것들.
여기 초대받았는데 3시 50분 김종환.
혹시 성함이 어떻게 되실까요?
김종환.
김종환님이요? 네. 잠시만요. 이종환님 말고 김종환님이요? 혹시 초청받으신 그 따로 있어요? 오늘 일반인?
Exterior out, it's pretty cool. Like how what they did with the wall.
응.
Very like low key, you know what I'm saying? It's like
어.
very low key. It's cool.
우와.
I like how they did black on white.
Black
It's
on
not like
black.
black on white where people can just look at it and be like,
Yeah.
oh, it's this brand, but it's like you got it. They're like you got it.
김종환님? 가지고 있잖아요. 네. 안쪽에 물어볼까요?
안녕하세요. 혹시 촬영해도 돼요? 촬영 그냥 내부나
네.
저희 그냥
우리가
메인
다큐
채널이신가요?
채널은 아니고
채널은 아니고.
다큐멘터리 같은 걸 만들려고 하는데
네. 그래서
어,
어디에 리리즈되는 걸까요?
그냥 우리도 옷 브랜드를 이제 하려고 하고 그 옷 브랜드의 이제 과정을 다 다큐멘터리인데 이것도 초대받아서 뭐 좋은 경험으로 근데 뭐 촬영 안 되면 안 해도 돼요. How do I say? They're so like. 뭐라 하지 막. It almost felt like, I mean, this is definitely not. I'm not saying the workers actually did this. I'm sure they like the brands probably giving them a job, a narrative, and there's some sort of personality that 직원들 has to like, the sort of attitude that the 직원들 should take, and also like the fashion industry is an industry, it's a business, so completely understand, right? And I think like brands like Rick Owens, Chrome Hearts. ERD, they all have this sort of attitude, that kind of same attitude of like higher fashion, higher luxury, like the people accessible to those clothes are, you know, a certain percentage, right? But then again, like we were invited to that event, you know?
Yeah.
And I think the least that you can do is give some sort of explanation or
explanation
you know? None of that happened. It was strictly business. I think it's just disappointing. You know, you look up to certain brands and you look up to certain personalities, and that personality scheming, like the person just choosing the brand's personality to be that sort of. It's just like I don't know. I think it's just really like disappointing. So that's why we got Baskin Robbins ice cream to 기분 전환. But
기분 전환.
there's a word for this. Like we're being so like overly like trying to be overly like and like acting like not acting but like overly intelligent, overly like oh that's not actually that, it's actually this, like that kind of they just had a really like uninviting atmosphere.
Yeah.
It seemed like we're not gonna help you, we're not gonna do anything if we're not gonna buy it. Like, of course that's business in a sense, but I think for 78, what I'm trying to do is accessibility. I want people that like my clothes to be able to purchase my clothes, right? And I think this was a really eye-opening experience because, bro, I do not want anyone to feel unwelcomed or feel like they don't belong in that store, or feel like, oh, like I don't have money, I can't buy this, or like my financial situation. Like, I don't want you to stress about that. Like, that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
So disappointing. Maybe we should have asked questions. Maybe we should have been like, hey, are you gonna give us a tour? I think then again, the atmosphere was so like, are you gonna buy it or not? Like, bro, there were like at least 12 employees in that shop. Like,
Yeah.
but I think it's a good experience. I realized my brand, I don't want it to be anything like that. I don't want it to be anything like ERD.
Like, I don't know. I guess like I always never 뭐라 그러지?
Just so money hungry though. This makes me appreciate this ice cream 100 times more.
I think you enjoy eating this ice cream more than the actual tour.
We're in such a consumer. Damn.
He's crashing out.
And I'm so thankful that I get to
Yeah, but it
experience
was
this
a
and
good-
realize how much of a consumer I was as well. No
Pretty
more.
cool.
No more. I'm really glad me, you, and
Yeah.
Haley went to the 공장 yesterday. I'm not like, I think even yesterday I had this mindset of like, oh my god, motorcycles are so cool. You know, cars are so cool. I think 그 자체가 consumer mindset이고 그
Yeah.
자체가 뭐를 어떻게 나는 이게 있다 막 이런 표현이라서 아닌 것 같아 진짜. 근데 진짜 다행인 게 우리가 어저께 그 공장을 가서 일하는 척 그런 재미로 척을 했잖아. I think next time when we do these kind of workshops, 78 workshops are all gonna be for environmental charity or just helping. Like,
Yeah.
그게 I think that should be the brand image. I think of course it started with motorcycles, but a lot of the other like I think like 9, 12 more posts were about Daniel working, Haley scrubbing. Of course it was all pretend, right? But this idea of workshop of like
Yeah.
working for other people and like charity in the most sincere sense of trying to help. I want that to be the brand image. I want people to wear like 우리가 만약 내 브랜드 옷을 그런 워크숍 느낌으로 표현을 했을 때 그 행동이 좋은 행동을 하면서 이 옷을 입고 있다 이런 거였으면 좋겠어. Not like posing in front of like 7 Lamborghinis or like in front of like some crazy space. But I'm so glad that I got to realize and get my mind out of that recycling thought of chains, money, cars, boats, motorcycles, but more toward environment, just like human, like helping. 그렇게 해야 될 것 같아요. Like marathon, 뛰는 거, but usually marathons are all for a good cause. 그게 브랜드 이미지. 그게 I think that's the brand I want, and I want everyone to be able to afford and wear my brand how they please. It's a big day.
Yeah.
갈까? How long was that? 20 minutes? Wow. We wait, hold on. We recorded this more than we were in the actual
In the actual
shop.
shop.
Yeah.
I like how we had 2 hours to spend there, or like an hour. But like, what was there to do for like an hour there? Anyways,
We were literally out of there in like 10 minutes. It started at 3:50. We went in. Yeah. It is officially the future. It's about a week past since the ERD day. And since then, I've gotten an apology from the Rick Owens manager. There was supposed to be a tour, and there were accompanying gifts because we were invited to the opening store. It wasn't the fault, it wasn't the implemented behavior that the brand wanted their employees to have. It was just the employees being pretentious. I really thought, I really didn't think that was the case. Just remember the employers were really being rude. I was
given the information that there would be some sort of tour. No tour. We just kind of walked in silence ourselves. We talked a little bit. There was desserts, but nobody handed us the desserts. And we also didn't really feel comfortable just all of a sudden going and getting desserts. There was apparently multiple complimentary gifts, which we never even got to see. Overall, a very disappointing experience knowing that the employees were the problem. Pretentious, rude, dismissive. It's just an annoying experience. An experience that we missed because of the ignorance of, well, the arrogance of the employees.